Hello everybody and welcome to another of my how to play video lessons. Today's track is 21 Guns by Green Day. It was from the album 21st Century Breakdown, which was the one that followed the massive American Idiot album, and of course on the original it was played by the great Tré Cool. If you're aware and have tried to play some of the stuff that's on the American Idiot album, this song isn't going to sound a lot different to that. There's definite kind of influences from Wake Me Up When September Ends and Boulevard of Broken Dreams, that kind of idea. So what I'll do as usual, I'll just go through the whole song, I'll break down the various bits of the song, show you how to play them, and then eventually what we'll do is at the end of it we'll play the whole song together in one piece, and let's have fun with it. Okay, so starting off with the intro, there's a kind of a reverse violin kind of sound that starts off the song, kind of an acoustic feel. So that goes on for 5 bars where we don't play anything, and then Billy Joe Armstrong comes in with the first verse and the acoustic guitar just himself. So again, there's no drums on the first part of the first verse, and that lasts for 8 bars. So effectively, we don't come in until 14 bars into the song. It's a fairly straightforward groove. You've got a bass drum on 1, a bass drum on 3, and the and of beat 3, and then the snare drum plays on 2 and 4 as normal. So what I'll do is I'll show you an example at 65 beats per minute, which is 15 BPM slower than the original, and then I'll go up and show you the whole of the verse at 80 beats per minute, which is the tempo of the song. So here we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the chorus. The chorus is kind of, the groove for the chorus is built up into 2 sections. The first part is a groove which is played between the floor tom-tom and the snare on a flam, so you've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4, that kind of idea. So obviously the 2 and the 4 is a flam on the snare drum. The second part of the groove is typical Tré Cool. We're going to use the crash cymbal as a ride effectively, and we're going to have the same bass and snare combination that we had in the verse. So again, I'll play you 2 versions of it, one at 65 beats per minute and one at the tempo of the song, which is 80 beats per minute, and this is how that sounds. Okay, so just before we go back into the second verse, there's a stop on beat 1, and then there's a nice little fill that Trey does going back into the second verse. The count for it, if you look at the notation for it, the count is a 40 and da 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 dum, that kind of idea. Now I tend to play and a 40 and. So I double the first note with my right hand before I go into it. That's just me. Whether he does that on the song, I don't know, but it's just my interpretation of it. So I'll show you three examples of how I do it. The first example is without a click and very, very slow, so you can kind of get an idea of the sticking. The second is at 65 beats per minute, and then the third one is at the tempo of the song. So here's how that sounds. Okay, so the second verse is twice as long as the first verse, and halfway through that second verse there's a little fill that goes through the whole of beat 4. It's basically 40 ander, so it's 4/16 notes, and here's how that one sounds. Okay, so after the second verse, we then go into kind of a middle-eight section before the guitar solo, and Trey plays both bits differently. So for the kind of middle-eight section, he tends to just it sounds to me like he's playing just open hi-hats rather than playing on the crash cymbal. And then for the guitar solo part, we then kind of move over. I tend to use the ride cymbal just to give a little bit of sonic definition throughout the rest of the song. Plus, it gives a little bit more space for the guitars. So what I'll do is I'll kind of play the groove again at 65 beats per minute. I'll put the occasional fill in there, which I hear in the song. You're welcome to use them or think of your own. And then what I'll do is I'll then move across onto the ride cymbal and carry on going through the guitar solo part. I'll do one at 65 beats per minute and I'll do one at 80 again. Okay, I hope that all made sense. So with those parts of the song, because there's kind of no vocals in that part, it's a guitar solo going on there, we can kind of use our own expression as well. So feel free to use your own drum fills. Don't necessarily use the ones that I just showed you. Always think of stuff for yourself. Create your own voice behind the kit, but have fun with it. So now that we've kind of learned all those little bits now, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of glue them all together, and let's play the whole song.
Know what's worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for? Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating? Does the pain weigh out the pride? Look for a place to hide. Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns. Lay down your arms and give up the fight. 21 guns, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. When you're at the end of the road and you lost all sense of control, and your thoughts have taken their toll, when your mind breaks the spirit of your soul, your faith walks on broken glass, and the hangover doesn't pass. Nothing's ever built to last. You're in ruins. 121 guns. Lay down your arms and give up the fight. 121 guns. Throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. Did you try to live on your own when you burned down the house at home? Did you stand too close to the fire like a liar looking for forgiveness from the storm? When it's time to live and let die, and you can't get another try, something inside this heart has died. You're in ruins. 1
Well done everybody. Keep looking out for new videos on this channel and keep practicing as much as you can. Thanks ever so much.